Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing tonight? Hope everyone is doing good. Give me a few seconds here. While I come up with some stuff. Okay, so just gonna let's see if this is gonna work. Okay. Give me a second, guys. Hello, everyone. I apologize. I'm having some technical difficulties. Thank you. I don't know what's going on here. Why this is not working. Just okay, perfect. And then we are also going to clear. Hello, everyone. Say hi if you're watching, please. Um, Give me 2 seconds. Okay, this is not. There we go. Cool. Cool. So, hello, everyone. Hope everyone is doing good. Okay. So, welcome. We are going to do some tarot readings tonight, but before I jump into those, I want to go over some housekeeping rules and introduce myself. So for those of you who are new to seeing me, I am live on Facebook and YouTube at the moment, and I haven't gone live on YouTube, I don't think, before, or only a couple of times. So for anyone who is new to watching me live, my name is Becky. I am the co-owner of Mystical Essence. I am an intuitive tarot card reader, oracle card reader, astrologer, and spiritual mentor. I have been reading tarot for about 5 years now. I love to help empower people. So that was my whole purpose of getting into tarot and doing tarot, is to help you guys find your own power, your own strength, and step into your own abilities and confidence so that you guys can live your life to the fullest abilities possible. I like seeing people empowered. I don't know, it's just my passion. And if I can help answer questions or anything like that to kind of help you guys along your path, that's what I want to do. So we do have a few rules that I'm going to go over. So give me a minute here. Before we get into this, they are also in the description of the live. So whether you're watching it on Facebook or YouTube, they are in the description. The first rule, if you are looking for a priority or guaranteed reading tonight, you want to donate using the link in the pinned comment, okay? You can donate any amount that you want. There is no set price or set amount. Any donations are welcome. And that will give you a priority reading or guaranteed reading, okay? I can read on anything except health-related questions, pregnancy questions, or legal questions, so I don't do those. If you would like a free reading, comment your name and I will read who I am drawn to. Okay, so Spirit kind of pulls me to people, and so how the free readings work is if I'm drawn to you, I shuffle the cards and I read whatever comes out. Okay, I don't read for anything specific, just whatever message you need to hear. I read the cards that come out. So if it's one card, I'll read the one card. If it's 5 cards, I'll read the 5 cards, just whatever comes out, okay? If you receive a free reading and you want a longer reading, or you want a reading on something else, please donate using the link below. It's in the pinned comment, okay? Please be respectful and use your manners, so please, thank you, that kind of thing. Don't be disrespectful or rude because that will get you blocked. Okay. Also, please don't beg for readings, guys. If you're wondering whether I see your comments or not, if you are worried I'm not seeing your comments, just drop a message in the link or a comment in there asking me if I see your comments. But please don't go, read me, read me, read me, read me. It drives me nuts, okay? I do see your comments. If you are not sure that I see them, please, you know, just ask. Simple, simple, simple. And if you end up getting a reply to your comment, or if you are on Facebook and you get inboxed or friends requested, these are scammers. Please block them and do not reply to them. Okay, so those are the rules. They're pretty simple. Just be respectful. That's it. Okay, I'm gonna take that off. Okay, I am going to close this down. Let's just close that. So perfect. So guys, the way Spirit pulls me to people is it's like a magnet. So when I see your name come up, I'll automatically be drawn to it. There is a very strong kind of pull. It almost feels like a magnetic pull. If I don't have a message for you, please don't get upset. Typically, no news is good news, okay? If you have specific questions that you want me to answer, there is a donation link in the comments, so please use that. Hello, Bev. Hello, Nikita. Am I pronouncing that right? I apologize. So we're gonna pull you guys up. Hello, Nikita. Hello, Bev. Hello, Ashley. Awesome, Nikita. Thank you for subscribing and liking. So, Ashley. I also am starring these comments, and all that does is it puts it over into a list so I know who I've read for and who I haven't, so I don't end up double reading for people. Because that's not that's what I thought. Okay. Okay, guys, so go look at the description for the rules on how to get a reading, please, and thank you, guys. They're up there. Ashley, what do you need to know, my dear? Guys, I apologize if I sound a little off tonight, too. I'm a little stuffy. I've had a bit of a sore throat all day. So if my voice sounds a bit hoarse, that would be why. Ashley, 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 Ashley. There's cards. Okay. So Ashley, what I'm getting, we have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, I know. Allergies have been horrible. Bugs going around have been horrible. It's been fun. So we have the Ten of Swords coming up. We have, as my voice cracks, we have the Page of Cups coming up. We have the Three of Wands coming up, and we have the Queen of Cups reversed at the bottom of the deck. So the Queen of Cups reverse comes up with that was the card I was immediately drawn to first and foremost. So I feel like that is the biggest issue, and that has to do with disconnecting from your emotions and sometimes even repressing your emotions. Okay, I feel like there's a lot that you've been trying to release and let go, and I don't feel like this pushing things away has been intentional for you in terms of like actively trying to repress things or shove things away, but I feel like it's been under the assumption that you're letting things go. Okay, because the Ten of Swords is coming up, and it's like I'm being drawn to the spirit that's kind of being set free from all of this. And this has to do with mental thoughts and emotions. It's like you're just trying to release it all. But here's the thing. Um, they don't want you necessarily releasing it as much as examining it. So with the Three of Wands, what came up was the microscope, okay, or the magnifying glass. And this is a card I read a little bit differently in this deck than the traditional meaning because of this glass. So to me, it talks about re-examining things or looking at things a little bit closer, right? In order to see the bigger picture of things or to see things on a bigger scale. Um, So instead of releasing and doing work and saying, you know, when emotions come up that you want to let go of, they're saying instead of trying to release them, they want you to take a closer look at them and then show them some love and compassion, if that makes sense. And just kind of sit with those emotions for a bit. Because that is a trap that a lot of us fall into, is that we want to get rid of things, right? We just don't want to deal with them for whatever reason, or we're falsely taught that. There's a lot of false positivity teachings going around lately where people are like, you need to feel happy and go lucky all the time. And these negative emotions, when they pop in, they're bad and they're negative, and you just need to let them go and release them and shove them away, kind of thing. And I feel like that's kind of the trap that you've kind of fallen into. And they want you to know that these emotions are coming up with messages for you. So it's time to take all of our emotions, for all of us, come up for reasons, right? They always carry messages with them. And we need to, in order to understand them and effectively release them, we need to take a better or closer look and examine where they're coming from, and then feed them with positivity and transmute them instead of releasing them. Okay? Because this is a card of transmutation here. When the body dies, the soul's kind of set free, right? We don't actually die, our energy doesn't die, but the physical vessel that our energy is held in does. And we transform and shift. That's what I'm looking for here. You get what I'm saying? I want to say modalities, but that's not exactly the word that fits that. But we shift modalities. We go from physical to ethereal, spiritual. Okay. So yeah, because what happens is if you try and release it without understanding things and taking a closer look at the messages they bring, they end up rebounding back. And that's why a lot of people are like, why can't I actually release these things? Why do they keep coming back? Why do they keep, rebounding? Why can't I actually get rid of them? It's because we haven't learned or listened to the message that they have to tell us. And that's the other thing that the Page of Cups talks about, is emotional messages, right? Or messages in general. The pages are the messengers. So it's bringing messages. Your emotions are bringing messages. Listen to them, examine them, and then try to release them with some love and compassion and grace instead of trying to release them right away. Hello, Tia. Hello, Irene. Oh my God, I almost grabbed my candle to try and drink. That would have been bad. You're so welcome. I have this big candle burning. I don't know what it is. It's sandalwood, sweet ash, and patchouli. That's what it is. It smells really good, but I almost grabbed it thinking it was water. That would have been bad. Wait a minute. Why I'm pulling that down. Why am I pulling that down? It's not even connected to my PayPal at the moment. This is okay. So guys, if you are wanting a reading, the instructions on how to get a reading are in the description. Irene. Hello, Irene. Hello, Tia. I just like pulling people's names up so you guys know I see you. How is everyone doing tonight? I'm gonna put my water over here because otherwise I'm gonna keep grabbing that freaking candle and that's not gonna be good. There is no list, Christy. I'm just reading who I'm pulled to. So if you want a free reading, just comment your name. And if I'm drawn to you, I will pull a card or some cards, whatever cards come out for you, and I'll read what I see. If you guys have specific questions or you want a reading, you need a reading, or you want to be bumped up, there is a link where you can donate. You can donate any amount that you want. It is a PayPal link, but you can donate with a credit card. You don't have to have PayPal. They added a debit Visa link, so you can use the credit card or debit as well, because some people were saying they didn't have PayPal last week when I was on doing readings, so I created a donations page through PayPal where you can use your credit card. Makes it easier. You don't have to have a PayPal account. Like, it's gonna bug me. It'll work. Yeah, it's PayPal. I was gonna do Etsy, Irene, but a lot of people don't seem to like Etsy as much. So, but yes, if anybody's wanting a private reading or a personal reading, I will also put the link to my Etsy shop where you guys can purchase one from there. Yeah. PayPal's updating a lot of their stuff now, so it's pretty cool because you don't have to have PayPal for everything anymore. They do take other forms of payment through PayPal now, which is nice. The road is all scratchy. You can ask a question through PayPal. I think there's a spot to leave a note if you want. Hold on, just give me a second. And I'm pretty sure that there's a place to send. Give me a second. Here with the product listing. Mm. I'm gonna do this. Yes, there is a spot, Irene, to write a note. So if you want, just leave your question in the spot where it says write a note. And that way I'll get it. I should. Or you can drop your question in the comments if you want to as well, if you're comfortable doing that. But some people don't like doing that. So if you want, just leave me a note. Yeah. Six of Cups, guys. We definitely got to be letting the past. Try not to dwell on the past. We have Pluto retrograde at the moment, which is all about, sometimes that's easy to get stuck in the past with Pluto retrograde, but it's all about reassessing things that we need to let go of and move on from. Abdul, hello. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, I have songs stuck in my head, but I do. It's not. So guys, I'm not sure how long I'm going to be on tonight. I'm going to do as many readings as I can, as my guides pull me to, but like I said, my voice is kind of my throat is not feeling the greatest today, so if my voice starts to go, I'm jumping off. I should say the instructions on how to get a reading are also going across the bottom of the screen. I forgot I put that across the bottom of the screen. Irene, awesome. Perfect. Okay. Let me see if it's gonna, no, it's not gonna let me see your note. Okay. Um, I gotta look into PayPal. Boo, you suck. Okay. I thought it might show me in my email, but it does not. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, ask your question, my dear. Hello, Nicole. Yes, Irene. Perfect. Shoot me your question, my dear, and I'll pull some cards for you. Should I move now? Okay, let's look at it's moving now for you. No problems. Hello, Pam. Okay, guys, so instructions on how to get a reading are floating across the bottom of the screen. Can't read those, they are in the description of the live. So pull it up. Or when I'm done Irene's reading, I will explain it. Okay, so Irene, Irene, you want to know moving on. Yeah, places will be good if I move now. What will be the outcome if Irene moves now? Should she? What will be the outcome? Let me see. I'm missing a card here. One more card. Ooh, that's a lot of cards. Okay. Okay, Irene. So the cards we got coming in for you, my dear. Awesome. Thank you, Carmen. So we have the Four of Cups reversed coming in. We have the Two of Cups in behind that with the World card in behind that. Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. And then we had a bunch of cards come out. So we had the Queen of Cups reversed. We had the Page of Pentacles. We have the 2 or 10 of Wands reversed, the 5 of Pentacles reversed, the Moon card, the 8 of Cups reversed, the 8 of Swords reversed, the King of Wands reversed, and the Death card in behind that. So I do think that moving would be good for you, because with the 4 of Cups coming up, this is a bit of wanting, it'll help get you out of some sort of rut that you're in right now, as far as feeling stagnated, I think emotionally. It's going to help you kind of reconnect with things in the world. Weirdly enough, I feel like this is a wise choice, but I do feel like the process is going to... So with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, I'm seeing like a close of a cycle, but I'm also seeing it being like a slower process, almost to a point where it may seem stalled for a bit. But the wheel talks about all the different phases that the world goes through, the earth goes through, etc., etc. The seasons, right? And how it's kind of like fate, only I see it as, you know, this chapter has closed, but it's not quite closed yet. So just keep in mind that this is, it may not, you can start looking is what I'm getting, but it may take a bit for an offer to come in, okay? Or for you to find a place that you're happy with. When you are looking for a place, make sure that you have a connection to it. That's going to be the big thing, is you want to move into a place that is home to you and that you feel a connection and a draw to. So don't settle for just anything because you want out, okay? We have the Queen of Cups coming up, reversed, the Page of Pentacles. Okay. So with these cards, I am seeing a lot of dissatisfaction where you're at currently and wanting to leave. And with the Death card coming up at the very end of that, it's saying it's time to move on and it's time to go. But I do, like I said, I do feel like this is probably going to be a bit of a process. But don't give up. Keep moving forward and remember that things will happen when they're meant to happen, okay? I do see an offer coming in at some point, though, with this Page of Pentacles coming up. That's going to help to kind of lessen the load of things, okay? So the 5 of Pentacles is coming up, the 10 of Wands is coming up. It's gonna it's gonna take a lot of the burdens off of you and bring an end to some struggles that you've been dealing with on a physical kind of level. But I do see, be cautious with this, because the Moon card is also coming up, which says that there could be some secrets or things that aren't necessarily seen or known with this. So when you get an offer, make sure you're thoroughly researching things, look into the property, look into the contract, look into, you know, wherever you're moving to, make sure you're reading all the paper and agreements and everything that you sign thoroughly through, because you don't want to miss anything with this, okay? You don't want to like sign something and be like, and then have it come back to bite you in the ass and be like, you know, then they say, well, you have to pay this and this and this and this, and you're like, I didn't see that, right? What are you talking about? I didn't see that. That wasn't there. So make sure that you're paying close attention to the details of things, okay? But I do think that this will help you. And I think looking right now is a good start, okay? The 8 of Cups says it's time to walk away. Don't stick with anything. The 8 of Swords, it's saying don't keep yourself trapped. You know, it's just time to move on, I feel like, for you. But I think that there may be, it may be a bit of a slower process. But for some reason, things seem to be slow with you. Is that... I think that's just your personality, my dear, because even the job thing, when I was reading for that for you, was a very, very slow process. would start looking now, but take your time with actually getting into any contracts or agreeing to places, or you want to do some research into them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and that's something else that you're gonna have to take into consideration too, right? But you want to move into a place you have a connection to. I don't think I would want to move into a place that I don't have a connection to. Um, things are slow, but the wheel, well, there's nothing wrong with being overly cautious. Just don't let that stop you. Like, try not to overthink things because sometimes overly cautious can prevent us and hold us back from good things too. Hello, Hazel. How are you? Miss Spain, there's no sound. There should be sound. Okay, guys. So let me explain how these readings are working. So if you want a reading, a free reading, drop your names in the comments. I'll be doing readings for people I'm pulled to. If you have a specific question, or you absolutely need a reading, or you want to jump and get a priority reading, there is a link to leave a donation in the pinned comment. It is a PayPal link, but there is an option to pay with a credit card or debit as well. So you don't need PayPal to leave a donation through there. Free readings are just whatever comes through for whoever I'm pulled to. I think it'll be a good move for you too, my dear. I think you're kind of stagnantized where you are. And this will kind of help you get out of that energy and move into some new. Irene is on, it's still, okay, so it's still on Facebook and it's on YouTube as well. So remember how I was backing the lives up to YouTube? Well, now it's just public on YouTube. So right now I'm live on both Facebook and YouTube, so you'll have access to it on either space. So if you follow me over on YouTube, it will be over there too. But I'll leave it up on Facebook as well. I know I've taken them down sometimes before. Usually that was when I went on like extremely personal rants, and then afterwards I was getting told to take it down because there's too much information up in there. They were like, I was oversharing apparently. Yes, I feel like dancing and movement is going to be helpful for some people, getting that energy moving. So if anybody has been feeling really, really kind of stuck lately, as far as energy wise, and feeling like things are stuck and things just aren't moving, um, getting up and exercising or dancing, because I keep getting this song stuck in my head that has to do with dancing. So I'm gonna say, get the energies up and going. Get out and exercise, get out and dance. Do something to free up that energy. Did you, Irene? That's funny. I think we need to because a lot of this energy just feels like stagnatized. I don't know why. I think it's because Mars is in Taurus at the moment and it's very kind of slow energy. Hello, Tashi. Yeah, it does. It helps. Movement helps. Like I find when I'm like in a very dreary mood, even going out for a walk helps me to feel a lot better. I have a lot of heavy energies. Somebody was talking earlier that I seen on Facebook was talking about the no BS attitude that people have too. Saturn's retrograde at the moment, which has us reevaluating our boundaries and our limits. But Saturn's also when Saturn's retrograde, it's a really good time to do manifestation work too, because the restrictions that Saturn normally puts on people is not there as much. It's like Saturn takes a break, but really forces us to look at our own limitations and boundaries as well. Yeah, Irene, I've been doing the same thing. It's been crazy, my dear. It's not a bad thing. I just find like I'm not as tolerant of things as I used to be. But it's a good time to clear things out. Anything that's holding you back, limiting you, get it gone. Retrogrades are an amazing time to clear shit out. Because the planets are separating, they're moving away from each other. So, clear it out, get it away, get it gone. You guys have specific questions, there's a link in the pinned comment below where you can make a donation, and I will be happy to answer any question you guys have. I don't do legal questions and I don't do health, which does include pregnancy, but any other questions I can answer. I'm doing free readings for anybody I feel pulled to, which I don't know what's going on tonight, but I haven't really been drawn to too many people. It could be because I'm still sick and I don't have a whole lot of energy either, but that's okay, no worries. If you guys are looking for free readings, just comment your name. If I'm pulled to you, I will pull some cards for you. But it's just like, what do you need to know? I just let whatever messages come through, come through. And that's okay, Irene. Okay, guys, so I'm not answering specific questions for free. If you want a specific question answered, please make a donation and I will be more than happy to answer your question for you. It's all explained in the post. You read the description of the live, it's all in there. And it's at the bottom of the screen. For priority or guaranteed reading, donate. Choose the link in the pinned comments for a free reading. Comment your name. Free readings are general. Guys, I don't focus on any specific question or topic. It's just whatever you need to know, and I read whatever cards come out. You're welcome. Yeah, Irene, I've been sick for the past week. I've been drinking honey and lemon tea to try and get rid of this sore throat forever, and it's hanging in there. Last night I almost lost my voice. Been a bunch of people over and I was talking all day, and by the end of the day, like my voice was so cracked. I'm like, I was amazed I still had a voice. Donations, guys, too, can be any amount. There's no set amount on what you donate. It's open. Just donate what you can. Tea is really good for a sore throat. Usually, I have like this vitamin C. It's called an immune boosting tea, and it works really well when I find I'm getting sick. It's all citrus, and it works pretty well, but and honey. Honey always works for a sore throat. And lots and lots and lots of water. Lots of water. Hello, hello, guys. So we're doing free readings, paid readings. If you guys have specific questions, there is a link to donate. The amount you can donate is anything. I don't have a set amount, whatever you can afford. It is a PayPal link, but you can also donate using your credit card or Visa, debit, whatever. It doesn't have to be through PayPal. There is a button to use. If you don't have PayPal, there is another option available to use your credit card or debit card as well. If you guys want a free reading, just comment your name. Whoever I'm drawn to, I will do readings for. My guides kind of pull me to the people who need the readings. Guys, I'm not answering questions for free. Pardon me. Hello, Julia. Hello, hello. Okay, so anyone interested in a reading, please go read the description of the live for instructions on how to get one. I can't keep repeating myself. My throat is already... I wrote them in there. Everything is in there. All the instructions you need on how to get a free reading or a paid reading or whatever are all in the description. Or floating across the bottom of the screen. Wow. Yeah. Irene, yeah. Go within your price range, my dear. Don't take on another job. You're gonna burn yourself out. Oh my goodness. Girl, you already do enough as it is. So guys, the instructions on how to get a reading are in the description. If you are not going to read them, I am not going to do a reading for you, okay? I am not answering questions for free. So please stop asking questions unless you're going to make a donation. I feel like no matter where I put this stuff, nobody reads it. It gets exhausting repeating myself over and over and over and over and over again. I'm pretty sure people watching the replays get annoyed by it too. So how the readings work and how to get one are all in the description. Yeah, Irene, I'm gonna tell you, working two jobs sucks. I do readings and then I work, or I will be working. When I was doing the job placement that I was doing and then doing the readings on top of it, it was a lot. And that was just like 2 hours of readings, you know, twice a week. It was still, but doing 8 hours, 8-hour shifts and then coming back and doing, it gets a lot. Don't burn yourself out. Guys, read the description. The description on how to get a reading. I am not doing free questions tonight. If you want a question answered, there's a link to donate in the pinned comment. Please make a donation. If you want a free reading just for whatever I need to come through, if my guides pull you to it, comment your name, and if my guides pull me to you, I will do a reading for you. But the fact that you guys are not paying attention to what I am saying and I keep having to repeat myself is getting really annoying. And I'm sorry I do not sugarcoat things, so I typed it out for a reason. Please read it. I think I should put it in the pinned comment next time. That's what I'm going to do. Although for some weird reason, on YouTube, when I try to like put multiple things in the pinned comment, it like comes up as like, it doesn't space it out the right way. It drives me nuts. I don't know. I gotta figure out YouTube. I'm so confused. Like, I know how to pin the comments now, finally. But I was like, how do I space things in the comments so that it doesn't look all cluttered? I couldn't figure like how to shift the text down without it posting. For some reason, every time I went to shift the text down, it posted. I noticed that, Irene. I was like, I went to go like try and post the link for the donation as well as the link to my Etsy shop for the private readings, and it wouldn't let me like shift the text down. It was all like one paragraph, and I'm like, that's not gonna work. I'm like, this isn't cool. I'm all out of water. I'm still learning how YouTube works as far as the comments and stuff go. Speaking of that, I wonder if I can. Yes, I know I did. Huh. Yeah, YouTube's interesting. I'm still learning how to navigate that platform. My knowledge just sits with Facebook. Janari, hello. Hey guys, so I'm not doing questions for free. So if you have a specific question and you want to donate, there is a link in the pinned comment. There's no set amount to donate, so it's whatever you can pay. And I'll be more than happy to answer any specific questions you have. I can do health questions, which does include pregnancy or legal questions. If you guys are looking for just a free reading, I am doing free readings for whoever I'm pulled to. Just comment your name. But the free readings are just general. So like literally I'm not focusing on anything other than what spirit wants you to know. I think next time I'm going to change the text at the bottom and just put instruction. Instructions are in the description. So I feel like the text I have scrolling across the bottom is not clear enough. Or maybe I misworded it somehow, but it's too many. Oops. That's what I wanted to do. So, Pooja, I'm going to do a reading for you just because I feel like there is a message to come through for you, but I'm not sure what, and they keep pulling me back to you. So let's see what's coming through. Okay. So Pooja, what I have coming up for you is the Chariot card and the Four of Cups reversed. I feel like it's time to move up and on beyond something, and instead of sitting and dwelling in your emotions and sulking, I'm gonna say sulking over them, but I don't feel like it's necessarily a sulking, but sitting in your emotions and reminiscing over shit you can't change, that kind of thing, is not doing you any good. Okay, sitting in your emotions and they're telling me stop sitting in your emotions and doing nothing about things. Okay, and that's what I'm getting by sulking, sitting there and saying I wish things were different, and I wish I didn't have to feel this, and I wish I didn't have to feel that, instead of using your emotions to propel you forward. Okay, the active energy coming up is the Chariot, and this is utilizing our emotions and using our emotions as motivation and drive to move forward. We don't have to sit in these energies and be like, poor me, and sit stuck in these energies. We can use our emotions to perpetuate us forward, whether they be good or bad emotions. Any emotion can be used as a motivator to change shit. So if you don't like a situation you're in right now and you're unhappy, you're miserable, you're feeling stuck, whatever, use these emotions as motivation and drive to push you out of that situation. Okay? Don't sit and sulk over things. Don't let your emotions control you. Instead, use your emotions in a productive way. So anybody wanting a reading, if you guys want a free reading, comment your name. If I feel pulled to you, I will do a reading. If you have a specific question you want me to do a reading on, there is a link in the pinned comment where you can donate. There is no set amount for the donations. You can donate whatever you can afford, and I will be more than happy to answer whatever question you would like. I don't do health or pregnancy related questions or legal questions though. Irene, I would go look up what the repeating numbers mean. It's always interesting to know. Cassandra. Oops. A lot of them have different meanings, and sometimes you can connect what they mean to you. Yeah, if you look up like angel numbers or meanings of those numbers, it should come up with all sorts of stuff for you. Okay. Cassie. Can you put her clothes? Okay, Cassie, what we have coming up here is the King of Swords reversed with the High Priestess reversed. It's time to really do some soul searching and things. I feel like there's a lot of knowledge that you're looking for. I keep hearing you have more knowledge than you know. So I feel like either you're searching for answers right now or you're looking for answers and you're trying to understand things, and really the answers are inside of you. Okay, nobody else is going to be able to give you this information. I would suggest doing some sort of meditation practice or journaling or reflective meditation, something to like get into your head and sort through your thoughts. Because you have a lot more information inside of you than you know. You just have to kind of trust yourself. You've had a lot of experiences. You've had a lot of experiences, not even just in this lifetime. And it's time to start tapping into that knowledge. The spirit team around you is like they're kind of, I don't want to say they're frustrated, but they're like I don't know if they're not quite understanding why you don't tap into your own inner knowledge. And I don't think that that's just a you thing. That's been a lot of it's been a theme I've been seeing with a lot of people lately is we're going to external sources for knowledge instead of tapping into our own selves. And I mean, sometimes we do need those external sources, but I think a lot of times, like sometimes we need those external sources, like even, you know, me telling you, like you hold the knowledge, like sometimes that's necessary to hear for us to go looking for ourselves, right? Sometimes we just need that confirmation. But trust yourself a little bit more. You hold a lot more knowledge than you're even aware of. And I think if you start doing like meditation or some sort of practices to kind of still your mind and tap into your own wealth of knowledge, things will start bubbling up and you'll remember a lot more stuff than you give yourself credit for. Rosemary, Jillian. Okay, so we've got a couple. Perfect. Thank you guys for donating. Let me see. Julieanne. Okay. You're welcome, Cassie. Sometimes we're like, we question things because things come through that, we can't always do research on, right? And I have that often when I'm meditating and stuff. I have knowledge come through that you know, and I try and research it to verify it, and there's nothing on it. So, and I think that's the knowledge that we kind of need to be sharing with other people and spreading too, because that's the knowledge that's not accessible, right? And the so-called, I don't want to say occult knowledge because there's a lot of stigma around that word, but the hidden knowledge, which is essentially what occult means, right? Things that are hidden. Jillian, I got your donation, my dear. Is there any question that you have? Julian. Julian or yeah. I'm saying that right? Julian. If I'm not, please correct me. I'm gonna log back into my PayPal. I don't know why it keeps logging me out. It times me out. Give me a second here. You're very welcome, Cassie. Okay, give me a sec. Just anything about career. Okay. Which deck am I using? I feel like this is not the deck to be using for career. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Why is this not loading? There we go. Perfect. Let's see. That's okay. Oh my goodness. That's okay, Rosemary. And no worries. So Julieanne, career. Wow. Are you like on? Oh, yeah. Are you like on the fence of whether to continue doing what you're doing or move on from it? Because yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. So I'm reading this right. Okay, because the Eight of Pentacles came up on the side. Like literally it came up sideways. And usually when this is upright, this talks about, continuing to work. When it's reversed, it talks about, needing to break cycles or walk away or change something, right? The fact that it was on the side is like, you're kind of deciding whether you should stay or whether you should go, and you haven't quite decided which way this is going to go or which way this should go, right? I do see some unhappiness in your current situation. So the Sun card also came up reversed, which means there isn't any joy or happiness or satisfaction doing what you're doing at the moment. And I feel like this is because you're putting a lot of work into it, or possibly, and feeling like you're getting nothing out of it, right? You're tired. You're tired of waiting for results to come in and doing all the work and getting nothing back in return for it. We have the Ten of Cups coming up also, which I feel like is just an indication, because I'm definitely drawn to the rainbow. So if you're looking for confirmation on whether you should leave or go, which I feel is pretty much what you are looking for, this is confirmation to move on. So the Ten of Cups is an ending of things. Like what once was making you happy is no longer making you happy. So it's time to transition on to something new. The Five of Swords is coming up on the bottom of the deck. And this card, the way I look at that as well, is moving up and moving on, right? I feel like you just you are justified in how you feel, and that if you stay where you are, like, you're just gonna continue working your butt off and seeing no results for it. And if it's not making you happy and it's not lighting you up, like, you got to take a step back and look at how much time and energy and things in your life that you're putting off that you could be doing otherwise, that do make you happy, and really assess whether this is worth it. And I feel like in your mind, you're like, it's not anymore, and I'd be happier if I moved on. So yeah, definitely move on from it. I just want to make sure that there's nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. 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 There could be some challenges moving on from it, though. Because I do see the Fool coming up reversed as well, and the King of Wands. So there could be somebody trying to stop you from moving on from it. I almost get that this could be a boss or something that, if you choose to move on from it, they could just end up not necessarily preventing you from leaving, but making getting another heart or job. I would say if you leave, don't use this place as a reference because that's what I'm getting is going to be the issue. So we have the Six of Pentacles coming up reversed, which means it's definitely not an equal give and take. Okay, and they're not willing to help you to excel or to grow anymore. The King of Wands reversed is generally somebody on a power trip, a very kind of power hungry boss, or somebody in a position of authority that's kind of, all high and mighty on themselves and doesn't really take other people into consideration. Is do as I say and not as I do kind of thing. And then the Fool card is that blockage I was talking about from moving forward. And I feel like that's coming from this King of Wands energy, whoever this person is. I feel like it's somebody in a position of authority. Doesn't necessarily have to be your boss, but somebody probably higher than you. So like I said, I wouldn't use them as a reference, or because that's what's coming through really clear is they're going to start speaking bad about you. And that could be what causes some issues if you try to move on. Like, they're not going to stop you from going, but they're going to make it challenging. They're going to make it so that you kind of have to return, if that makes sense. So just be cautious of that. I would leave, but yeah, definitely don't use them as a reference for future jobs, because that might cause some conflicts for you. Perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you for letting me read for you, and thank you for the donation. Yeah. They were like, "You're welcome." They were like, "Just don't do it." It's kind of that sneaky, we'll let you go, but we're gonna make your life hell if you try to find another job and you use us, which is a really nasty thing to do, but a lot of people do it. Oh, well, thank you, Jillian, and thank you for the donation. Pooja, I did a reading for you earlier. If you watch the replays after I go offline, yours is there. If you guys have, yeah, I can see that. There's definitely some power trips going on there. I never like to see the King of Wands come up reversed in like a work situation, or any king for that matter in a work situation, because it generally represents like, the King of Swords is somebody who knows it all and you just can't talk to or communicate with. The King of Wands is just power hungry, and they want what they want and they don't care about anybody else. The King of Pentacles, it just depends, but yeah, kings are supposed to be leaders, but they're also supposed to take, understand that in order to lead, you need people to lead, which requires you taking other people into consideration. But, sometimes they just get toxic. You're very welcome. So if anyone's looking for a reading, let me explain how these are going. If you want a free reading, just comment your name. If I'm drawn to you, I will pull some cards for you. The free readings are general readings, just whatever comes through, whatever spirit wants me to say to you or needs to say to you. If you have a specific question that you want answered, there is a link to make a donation in the pinned comment below. There is no set price, so just pay what you can afford. I understand that everybody's financial circumstances are different at the moment. I do full paid readings. Julian, I can actually, let me see if I can shoot you my. So, if you go to I have an Etsy shop that I do all my paid readings through. My full readings. They're much more in depth, but I will say they are more expensive depending on what you want. But my full readings usually last an hour. They're anywhere from half an hour to an hour. If you want them video recorded. Hold on. Let me see here if I can comment. I'm gonna be able to. Facebook is wild when it comes to being able to reply to people's stuff. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to write it in because it's not gonna let me reply to your comment because it's cool like that. I don't know. Come on, let me. But there's the link for you. Tell me that went through. Okay, perfect, perfect. You're so welcome. Awesomeness. Sometimes it gets funny. People are like, "Did you send it?" I'm like, "I did. Did the comment not go through?" I am from Canada. Canada, Canada. For anyone wanting to know. You're very welcome. I'm glad that hopefully that was helpful. It was a pretty straightforward message. Wait, can you like rewind lives on YouTube? I did not know that. See, I'm so used to Facebook lives that you can't, you have to wait until the live's done. That's kind of cool though. That makes my life easier. Hello, Myshell. Okay, somebody else that they donated, but Rosemary, you said you donated, but I'm not seeing the donation come through, my dear. Are you sure it went through? It was Rosemary, right? Let me check again and make sure. I don't want to say it didn't come through, but yeah, I'm not seeing it. Mm-mm. Ba-bum, ba-bum. I'm sorry, my dear. I don't know. Like, I've got Irene's and I've got Jillian's, and I'm not sure. I can try logging out and logging back in just to make sure, but usually it sends me like an email notification to you. Oh my goodness. Hello, hello everyone. So, let me explain how these go. So, if you want a free reading, I'm doing free readings for whoever my guides pull me to. Um, which generally means they have a message for you. And all you have to do for that is comment your name, and I will deliver whatever message they give me to give to you. If you have a specific question that you want a reading done on, you can donate using the link below. There is no set amount on the donations. You can donate whatever amount you want. And I can answer any question you have. I do not do health or pregnancy related questions or legal questions, though. Okay, I'm hoping that this comes through, Rosemary. I'll let you know. Yeah, I got it. Perfect. Awesome, awesome. There we go. It went through this time. Okay, Rosemary, what is your question, my dear? I did get it. Awesome. Perfect, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna pull your question up just so that I don't lose it. Let me see. No, I didn't think so. This is usually my, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so we're gonna use the mermaid deck for you, and let's see what comes up. I don't know why on Facebook, guys, like most people are coming through and then other people are not. I'm wondering if it has something to do with privatizing the profiles. Your profile's locked or something, that maybe it doesn't show up. It's weird. But I'm getting Facebook user, and that's why I'm asking you guys to put your names too, so that I know who I'm reading for. Okay. So, does he have a plan on fixing the situation? Does he have a plan on fixing the situation? The plan fixing the situation. Ooh. Hmm. Okay, so what I'm seeing, we have the Four of Cups coming up. And in behind that is the King of Wands. And then we have the Chariot card coming up reversed. When in behind that is the Queen of Wands. Then we have the Moon card in behind that. Then we have the Sun card coming up. And then the Three of Pentacles is on the bottom of the deck. So what I got, looking at these cards, first of all, looking at this card, I see you making an effort to fix things and reach out to him, but he's not responsive. Now, sometimes this can represent somebody who's caught up in addictions, somebody who would much rather be throwing their stuff away. You can see in this picture, he's quite literally got an alcohol bottle in his hand. It's like you're reaching out to him and he's like, no part of it, okay? I am going to say he's coming across as the King of Wands. And this is something about wands and fire energy that I personally have come to notice is that anybody with a lot of fire energy, they do what they want. So if he really wanted you back and he wanted to fix the situation, he would. Okay. He's a, I'm going to say, for lack of better terms, a man of action. Because that's what the wands represent. They represent, you know, drive, willpower, and drive, right? So if he had a drive to make this work, he would. But the fact that he's like rejecting you is telling me there doesn't seem to be much of a drive. There's also the Chariot card coming up reversed too. And the Chariot card again tells me that there doesn't seem to be, like, your focus, I feel like, is on trying to fix it. His focus is like, whatever. I don't get the impression that he really cares much, to be honest with you. And you may be the one doing all the work. Now, you're coming across as the Queen of Wands, which is interesting. I don't know if you guys are both fire signs or not, or have a lot of fire in your charts, or you're just you're both very kind of driven and determined people. And very fiery people at heart, but you're coming across as the Queen of Wands, okay? And the Moon card being in behind that is telling you to step into your femininity, okay? I also heard don't settle for shit, okay? Because I do see with this Chariot card reversed, it's this going back. You can see how the Chariot, when I put them together, I got to reverse them for you so you see them the same way I do. Okay. You can see that the Chariot card is going back and is facing back towards him, right? It's like you keep going back, you keep going back, don't go back, okay? It's time to step into your power. And the thing about the Queen of Wands is she knows her power. She knows her, not necessarily her worth, but she doesn't put up with bullshit because, you know, she knows her own. Her pride doesn't let her put up with bullshit. We'll call it like it is. Her pride does not let her put up with bullshit. And she knows she doesn't really need a man, okay? The Queen of Wands doesn't necessarily need a partner. She's with a partner, it's because she chooses to be with him, not because she needs him, okay? And that's the energy that they want you to embody more. So do I think that he's going to come back and fix something, fix the situation? No. I think that is what you need to, I would say, focus on you and doing what makes you happy, because the Sun card's coming up. Okay. The Sun card's coming up, which I feel like, you know, doing what makes you happy and what brings you joy is the big thing, and focusing on you. For some reason, I'm also seeing or hearing that something that is going to, if you want to continue to try and make things work, give him a deadline. Give him an ultimatum. I know that's going to sound bad, but you will see where his priorities lie. And then you set your boundaries and limits as well and say, like, look, if you expect me to wait forever for you, it's not going to happen. Here's what I'm willing to do. And either you meet me halfway or I walk away. But I feel like the Sun, too, part of the Sun card is shining light on the situation, right? And bringing it into his awareness, because he may be so caught up in himself that he doesn't even see you. So, you know, if you get into his awareness and say, like, look, I understand whatever, but this is where I'm at, you know, give him an ultimatum and tell him, like, either you step up or you step out kind of thing. Because you don't want to be waiting around forever. Um, I mean, ultimately, the decision is up to you. I don't necessarily, from these cards, see him making an effort to fix anything. From these cards, what they're showing me, he's pretty self-absorbed at the moment in himself, and I don't see him trying to fix anything. And that's why I said, like, you know, give him the ultimatum, and maybe that'll jolt him awake enough to want to fix things. But if it doesn't, then I would just walk away. Or you could cut your losses right now and completely walk away and just say, it's just not worth it. I'm not going back. I'm not trying anymore. This isn't a partnership. The other thing that's jumping out at me with this Chariot card is the two people there. The fact that this is reversed tells me this is just a one-way thing. It's not a team effort. There is the Three of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, which does indicate, you know, needing to really enforce that this is a team thing and it's a team effort and you're not going to do it alone. And if you're the one doing all the work and he's not working with you, then I would just walk away. He's not doing shit, well, then I would just walk away. I mean, the cards are saying, yeah, the cards are clearly saying that that's not going to change, especially with the Chariot card reversed and then the Four of Cups. Like, I don't see that changing. Because the Chariot card, when it's upright, talks about movement forward with things or progression with things. The fact that this is reversed is like things aren't going to, they're not going to move forward. And like I said, if he really wanted them to and had a will to move them forward, he would. And his actions, I always tell people, actions speak a lot louder than words. If people really want something, they will make it happen. You're very welcome. Okay, guys. Okay. Sophie, Nancy. Okay, Myshell, perfect. Okay, guys, so give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna go take a washroom break, and I'll be right back. Okay. Sophie. And Myshell. Let me know. That's gonna just keep logging me up. Myshell, I just got your payment. I just seen that. Do you have a question? Sophie, I'm gonna do you after Myshell. What is your question? Oh, you just wanted a general, right? Oh my goodness. Yeah, you just wanted a general. I don't know what I'm doing. I grabbed this deck first, so we're gonna use this deck. So I just wanted to make sure. Okay, Myshell. General, what does Myshell need to know? What is the general message? Oh boy. Okay. Let's see. Any more? Anything else? The last card. King of Cups. Knight of Swords. Okay, so Myshell, what's coming through? We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Death card. We have the Hermit card. We have the Wheel of the Year card reversed. We have some of Four Wands. We have the Five of Swords. And we have the Two of Wands. We also have the King of Cups. With the Knight of Swords on the bottom of the deck. And what immediately came through is whatever endings that you've been trying to manifest are coming through. I also picked up on karma. So not only are these endings coming through, I don't know if you've been trying to separate yourself from people I feel like they're people. And whatever you've been trying to clear out, the only reason I say people is because I'm getting karma in terms of lessons. That people are going to get back what they've given, kind of thing. So that's why I feel like these endings have to do with people. So you've definitely been manifesting this for a while and you've been working on it. They want you to know that these endings and this manifestation is coming. Okay. The manifestation in terms of the endings that you've been seeking is coming your way. You've definitely been putting a lot of energy into this and there has been some blockages, but I do feel like most of that has been removed and the cord cuttings are, I feel like the energetic like disconnections that you've been doing are working. And these have been keeping you stuck for a bit, but now you're ready to move on. But I also, like I said, I feel with this Hermit card coming back, that shit's being reflected back at these people. So not only like are you leaving their lives and moving on, but there's some knowledge coming to them in terms of where they fucked up and why you're leaving the situation. The light is being shone on them and you're like, I'm not dealing with this anymore. The universe is sending it back to them. Okay. There's definitely not. So the Wheel of Fortune sometimes is a karma card too. I don't like to like associate it with the karma, but you know, you weave what you weave and it comes back to you eventually, right? Everything we put out comes back, and I feel like that circle of stuff is coming back. This could be in terms of a relationship. I see the King of Cups, but I feel like this is going to come with a lot of emotional satisfaction for you. And I don't think it's the emotional satisfaction of seeing them suffer, so to speak, but just the emotional satisfaction that you're free from all of this. And that you can finally just move on from it and let it fucking go. Because it's been a long time coming. I feel like I do feel like it's coming in fairly quickly. But so it's not coming in like fire quick, but it'll come in swiftly is the word that they're using. And the Seven of Swords reversed is on the bottom of that. Okay, you're gonna laugh at this. So the Seven of Swords reversed is on the bottom of that. Truths about lies are gonna come out, but I'm gonna see how I mentioned karma. This is literally the karma card. It even says karma on it. So karma is coming back around. People will learn what they need to learn, and you are getting the endings that you seek, my dear. And I feel like it's a very rude awakening for them. So Five of Swords is also coming up. So, I mean, yeah, your manifesting is working. I just kind of feel bad for them. They get the other side of that one. But that's the universe lately. I feel like that's all on like the spirits and energies you work with. Like you were just like, I just want them gone, and they're like, no, that's not enough. There's lessons they need to be learning in the process of that. Okay. So guys, I'm gonna do So Sophie, the free readings are just whatever comes through, my dear. So I'll just pull some cards for whatever you need to know and give you the message that Spirit has, and then I think I'm gonna log off for the night, guys, because I'm starting to get energy built up in my head, and usually that's a sign that I just need to get off and go ground some energy. Okay. No, it's nothing you did, Myshell. It's the spirits you work with. Thank you, V. I am doing good. How are you? Okay, Sophie, let's see what comes through for you. So, what message did you have for Sophie? I know you were pulling me to her, so what message did you have for her? Oh, wow. Okay, Sophie, what I'm getting is, don't give up on whatever you're doing, okay? Um, so we have the Knight of Pentacles coming up. We have the Death card coming up reversed. We have the Hermit card coming up reversed. And we have the Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So whatever you are doing, I feel like there was a point, or there is a point, or you're going through a point right now where you're like questioning whether you should just give up on things altogether or continue pushing forward with things. The cards are saying to continue pushing forward. Don't give up on this. It's not time to put an end to this just yet. This isn't whatever you're working towards or moving towards, keep moving forward with it. Okay, this is a slow and steady kind of energy, but keep moving forward. Even if it's just baby steps moving forward, just keep at it, okay? Because, yeah, it's not time to give up on it yet. The Hermit card reversed is also coming up, which just shows me that there may not be an understanding of why you're continuing to do this, but they're like, trust that there's a method to it. Trust that there's a reason to it. Sometimes we have to blindly follow in order to understand. They keep telling me it's one of those situations that you won't understand why you had to go through it until after you've been through it. So sometimes we don't understand things as we're going through it. And then when we look back on it after we've been through it, we're like, oh, well, that's why. That's why this happened, and that's why that happened, and I understand it now. But when you were going through it, it was like, what the hell kind of thing, right? There is some emotional satisfaction lying underneath this for you, okay? There's a whole new world of possibilities there. And so just don't give up on it. I feel like too that should be your underlying motivation as well with this Ace of Cups, is what is the energy that made you want to start doing this in the first place, right? You obviously had a love of something that made you want to start down this path and this journey in general. What was that to begin with, right? And just going back to that why, right? You hear a lot of entrepreneurs, and this can be applicable to pretty much anything, not even just businesses, right? That is really important to keep in mind your why. Why did you start doing what you're doing? What was the reason that you wanted to do what you're doing, right? And when you can remember your why you started doing it in the first place, that's what you come back to every time to kind of keep you moving forward. And I feel like that is what you need to be reflecting on, like what originally filled you up and made you want to do this in the first place. Because there's definitely a love underneath this that keeps driving you forward, and you just have to remember that. You're welcome. Okay, I kind of, where are you, my dear? I shouldn't say my dear. I'm not even sure if you're male or female, but I just naturally throw everything out. V. I never know. She, her. Okay. Like, I probably like, I'm gonna get myself in trouble one of these days. This is why. Okay, so I was right. Let me see. I'm kind of confused as to which deck. Usually I know. And I don't want to mix decks up for you because sometimes I do, but okay. It's this deck. Okay. I know. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so the first thing I'm picking up from you before I even like shuffle the cards, as soon as I connected with your energy, was like a lighter kind of energy, and it's really all up in my head. So that kind of indicates to me that you have a higher knowledge of things than most people. Like that's your third eye or your crown chakra. The chakras that have to do with knowledge and intuition, foresight are wide open and vibrating higher than most people's. Does that make any sense? So let's see what comes up. Is there anything? Oh, yeah, I hear you there. Let's see. Spirits like it. There we go. There's Two of Pentacles reversed. What's on the bottom of the world? Reversed. Okay. I'm gonna get some clarification on this Two of Pentacles because I feel like it's one thing, but I want to make sure that I'm okay. Yeah, and instability. Okay. Okay, so okay. So what's coming up is the Two of Pentacles reversed, and then on the bottom of the deck was the World card reversed, and then when I pulled a clarification card, we had the Four of Wands reversed. So reversed cards, the Two of Pentacles reversed, what I was getting is to kind of ground your energy a little bit more. Because that airy feeling too sometimes can lead to ungroundedness. Like sometimes when we're so up in our heads about things and we see things, it can unanchor us from the earth, which is quite literally what the World's card reverse means. It's like kind of being unconnected from the world around us. And that's what I don't feel like you're not connected, but I feel like there's definitely an imbalance in the energies in your body. And chakra energy. So it could be a lot of like the upper chakras are wide open where your lower chakras may be, or the energy is just not flowing the way it should be. So I would do some chakra work, specifically working on, pulling the energy down a little bit in order to open up some of the energy centers in your body, if that makes sense. I'm also getting to remember that there's an ebb and flow to everything as well. So when things are out of balance in your life, in general, to remind you that it's not going to stay that way forever. It is going to change, much like the worlds and the rotation of the worlds. When we go through the seasons, right? And the earth spins on its axis. We get night and day. We get winter and spring. We get summer, all the different seasons. Things change, and they're always going to change. Nothing is kind of etched in stone. But sometimes when we get into those lower vibrational energies, or we get into those places where things aren't going the way that we want them to, it's easy to kind of get stuck in those energies and be like, when's it going to change? And we create resistance instead of going with the flow. So ride out the wave. It won't be bad forever, but also remember to try and stay as balanced as possible. Like I said, doing chakra work will help with that. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, it's just a matter of rebalancing things. I feel like a lot of energy up here. And so the other thing that's coming through to tell you is when you're gifted with sight of things too, as somebody who also is able to do that, don't take everything at face value, okay? Sometimes things do come up to warn us. The future is always changing and evolving too. So if we see something that comes up, we can change it. It is changeable. So if you see something you don't like, take it as a warning that this is a path you're heading down and you have the ability to change it. It's always flexible. Does that help? Trying to figure out what this nose thing is. It's like the energy comes down into my face and it stops at my nose. And I'm not sure what they mean by that. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I want to know what this nose stuff is all about. I'm gonna pull some cards on that for a minute. What is this energy? Why is it stopping at the nose? What's the symbolize? I don't think it is that. You have a sinus thing right now. Maybe that's what I'm feeling. Because it's like, it sits right, yeah. I just wanted to make sure. Um, so I'm gonna suggest, and I know this is gonna sound weird, but um, I want to say maybe look up what the spiritual connection to sinuses are, because they're really kind of pulling me to the nose area. And I'm not totally sure why. Something about expressing energy, so I feel like there's probably a buildup of energy in that area that needs to be released, and that could be why what's causing the sinus problems. Yeah, I can feel it. Like, uh, it's interesting. I'm used to like feeling stuff in terms of like spiritual significations. So, um, usually I don't pick up on people's physical symptoms, but I mean, hey, I've had weirder stuff happen. I never thought I had mediumship abilities either until I was meditating one day and the spirit jumped into my meditation. I was like, can you give this message to my mom? So, who knows? Yeah, yeah. Just try to balance out your energies a little bit. I know it can be frustrating. A good way to burn off frustration, I find, because frustration is like fire energy, right? So movement is typically a good way to kind of burn that energy off. Whether it be going for a walk, doing a workout, doing some yoga, doing something to kind of get your body moving when you're angry, it helps balance out that fire energy. Oh, well, that's not a good thing. You're very welcome. I'm glad that it was helpful. But I am definitely gonna jump off. I've been on for 2.5 hours and I gotta go grab my energy because otherwise my head is going to. That's awesome. Well, there you go. You got it made. You'll have to tolerate it for a little bit then. Yeah, grounding's always good. I gotta go ground. Otherwise, I wake up with like an energy hangover. That's what I call it because everybody laughs at me about that, and I'm like, but it feels like it feels like a literal hangover when you've been drinking. Only I haven't been drinking, so I've had that happen a few times. So I forget to ground when I'm all done these, and then I wake up in the morning and my head's pounding, and I'm like, great, I've learned my lesson. You're very welcome. So, guys, I'm going to jump off. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I will be back to do some more readings. I'm going to try and do this. So, usually I have been doing it on Facebook every Sunday and Thursday. So, I'm going to try and do it on YouTube as well every week and see where it goes and what happens from there. I hope you guys all. I meditate to ground. I do well, after these readings, I do cord cutting. So I separate myself from everybody's energy that I've connected to, which is really, really important when you do psychic readings. And then I just kind of let the energy flow wherever it needs to. Sometimes it goes up and sometimes it goes down. It's a matter of releasing the energy in my head. Anyways, usually it goes down though. Good night, guys. Thank you for joining, and I will see you guys all on, what's today, Sunday? Yeah, so I'll be back on Thursday. Might be back before then, but I gotta take some time to get rid of this sore throat before I start sounding like a frog. So thank you guys so much. I will see you guys all when I'm live again. I hope you guys all have an awesome week, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.